All right. Hey, welcome back to Between Two Viewers. We got Heather Lepp with us today. Good morning, Heather. How are
Good
you?
morning. I'm doing great. How are you?
I'm doing good. Good. So you're saying it's not so cold up where you are, huh? I thought you guys would be like 30 below up there.
No, it is super mild. Yeah, yeah. Above
Wow.
freezing today. No snow.
So you've been skating. Do you guys got some good skiing there by you, or?
Yeah, there's a local mountain in Missoula. It's maybe like a 15-minute drive straight up the mountain. They have snow there, and I go skiing there every Friday with like a women's
Oh, sweet.
women's ski group. Yeah.
Oh, fun. That's great. I used to be a ski instructor. I ran a ski school for a while, and then last year I skied three
Oh
times.
man.
I live 6 minutes from this mountain and 12 minutes from that
Yeah.
mountain. Um, Hill. I wouldn't call it a mountain. I've been to Colorado. Those are
Yeah.
mountains. Yeah, or where you are. You're skiing mountains. But I don't know. It's just I get so busy doing this. I just don't. I haven't skied yet this week.
Yeah.
So hopefully this week
Yeah, it helps me
I'll get
have
out.
like a set schedule because there's sometimes I'm like, I don't want to go on Friday. We go every Friday afternoon. It's like I don't want to go. I'm like going in the studio, but it's like, nope, I have to go. Like, so yeah.
Yeah, yeah. It's good. I do the same thing. I'm like, oh gosh, I can get so much done, but then I always feel great after I go. It's such a nice way to get a good workout.
Totally. Yeah. I was feeling all
I was gonna go this
grumpy
morning.
last week, and then I went
Yeah,
skiing and like my first run down. It's so fun and joyous. So I just had a
yeah.
big grin by the time I got to the bottom. I was like, well, that's what I needed.
Yep. Yeah, it's always nice to find those things. You're like, oh, that's all I had
Yeah.
to do? Yeah. I try not to have bad days at all anymore. It's like life's not that bad.
Yeah. Yeah.
I tell my kids that. I'm like, it could be way
Could be
worse.
worse.
It's just like this is not that
Yeah.
hard. Just have a nice day. Be nice. I tell my daughter all the time, like she's like number one in her class, super smart. And my stepdaughter just got into Villanova. She's super smart. And I said, that's great, but just don't be a
Yeah.
jerk. Like I don't care what your grades are. If you're a nice person, that's all I care about.
Yeah. Yeah, totally. How old are your
Yeah, have
kiddos?
friends. Oh boy. So I have two stepkids and then my daughter. My daughter, oh my gosh, I talked to my ex-wife yesterday. She's going to put her on her insurance plan so she can start driving her car.
Oh.
I'm like, wait, what? Oh, oh my gosh. So 14, 16, 17 right
Yeah.
now.
The danger years.
Yeah. It's it's in the thick of it, man. Oh my God. But they're all really good. My stepson is like a rock climber kid. He goes to the climbing
Oh,
gym and
sweet.
dude, he's tall. He's taller than me already. But he does like those crazy pitches that go this way.
Yeah.
He's just so long and skinny, and yeah, he's a
And
strong
he's
little
probably
kid.
pretty
So
like thin. Like it's like those lanky ones that can just like, yeah, Spider-Man their way up.
yes, yes. Speaking of which, did you watch that the other night on Netflix with Alex
I
Honnold?
didn't. No. I can't watch his stuff live because I'm like, if he dies, I can't watch it. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. I kept turning it off. I kept changing the channel. I'm like, I got like my anxiety would build, and I'm like, I got to come back to
Yeah.
this. Like he stopped on the 110th floor, and he was on the edge, and he's going, and he's waving at people.
I know.
I was just like, oh my God,
Yeah.
back up. I would be like laying on the floor, like
Totally.
creeping up to the
Yeah.
edge.
Yeah. He's crazy.
So yeah, it's insane. And I saw a couple of videos of a few guys that like tried to climb where he climbed, and they didn't get 2 sections.
Yeah.
And they were done. So what he did, it's pretty amazing. It's easy for him, but it's pretty
Yeah.
amazing.
Yeah, totally. Yeah. Yeah.
So tell us where you're from. You're from Missoula now, and you just extended your stay in Missoula, right?
Yeah. So I'm at the Clay Studio in Missoula, which is a
Yep.
1 to 2 year long-term residency. So
Yep.
I'm in my second year now. And I'm actually like I'm looking at the finish line now. I'm gonna be done in August, so I've really got
Oh
like
wow.
the last 6 months to go. Um
Where do you want to go after that?
I think we're
You were
oh
sorry. You were at Red
yeah.
Lodge, right? Cool.
Red Lodge was sort of like so I went there for a summer for my going
Uh-huh.
into my last year of grad school. Um
Yeah.
and I was there for like 3 or 4 months or something.
Oh, nice.
And it
Yeah.
was so great. Like I just loved it so much. And
I've heard great things about that place. I've heard really good things. Everyone that goes there says it was
Oh my
great.
gosh, it's so magical. The studio is amazing. People there are great. Also, I'm like a hiker and stuff, and I just love getting out there. So there's really good access
Yeah.
to those things. Um, and I would have probably applied there. They don't allow dogs, and
Oh no.
so yeah,
Yeah. That's a bummer.
yeah.
I have 2 dogs and 2 cats. You have a dog?
I've got a dog. Yeah.
What kind?
She kind of looks like she's really scruffy. She kind of looks like an old rug. Um,
Yeah.
she's like kind of medium sized.
Yeah.
And I got her. She's a rescue. I got her when I was living in Alaska. And I've had her since like my early 20s. Like we've moved around together like I don't know,
Okay.
15 times or something. So
Yep.
anyway,
She just keeps readapting to where mom wants to
yeah.
go.
So we're a
Our
package
dog.
deal. Um,
Nice.
but yeah, I was
I have a thing for dogs. Like it's like I have to go pet the dog when I see the dog. I'm like, I just want to smooch its
yeah,
face. They have to say not friendly or I'm coming over
yeah,
there. You know what I
totally.
mean? Like,
Yeah, I bring her here
yeah,
sometimes. She's a little bit of like nature's broom, so she collects all the little clay dust. Um,
yeah.
so I haven't been, I bring her here sometimes. She's just loves saying hi to all the people and hanging out.
Nature's broom. That's funny. We have an Aussie doodle. Her name is
Yeah,
Lady, and I always tell people that she looks like she was raised in a dumpster.
yeah,
She's such a mess that she's so
yeah,
cute. She's just frazzled. Like I love when she looks up and her hair is like,
yes.
like look at you, you're
Yeah, like
a dingbat.
we'll take a nap and then wake up and her beard's all like to one side or
Yeah.
just head.
You know what my dog does? She
Oh,
smiles. Like when she meets people, she gets like this nervous little like
my dog
her lip
smiles
goes up.
too. Yeah.
Yours
Yeah,
does
she has
that
a
too?
toothy little smile. Yeah, yeah,
Yes, it's the cutest
yeah.
thing. That's too funny. I've never seen another dog do that.
Yeah. But yeah, I was in Red Lodge and it was so amazing there. And that's basically like when I finished grad school, I only applied to the Clay Studio Missoula. I was like Clay Studio Missoula or bust. Like almost just because
Yep.
it was in Montana.
Yeah, yeah.
And
Sweet.
yeah,
It looks beautiful. I mean, just Missoula, Montana area looks beautiful.
yeah.
How far is that from the Bray? Isn't the Bray in Missoula
It's
also?
in Helena. And
Oh,
it's
okay.
like an hour, half hour, 45 minutes away. Um
Okay, so that's pretty far away.
yeah, it's definitely like within Montana standards. That's like kind of as close as you can
Close.
get.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
I, I'm gonna have Austin Kudre and Sarah on the show next
Oh,
month.
nice. Yeah.
Yeah, it's gonna
Austin
be
was
fun.
also one of those like passing connections because he was on his way out of here and went to the Bray when I was coming in. So we missed each other.
Nice. Super nice. Both of them are a blast, and both are super talented, and it's fun to watch their travels
Yeah,
right now. They're going
I
all over
know.
the
They
place.
go everywhere. It's cool.
Oh my god, he just taught a workshop in Brazil. I'm like, I want to teach workshops in
Yeah,
Brazil. Like,
totally.
holy heck, how to sign me
Yeah.
up?
How do you get that gig?
Right? Yeah. I don't know, but I told my wife I wanted to do like a 3 month or a 6 month residency. I'm 55 now, and I'm kind of I want to experience it before I get too old and can't enjoy
Yeah.
it. And she said, go
Yeah.
ahead. I said, but I'll be gone for 6 months. She said, yeah,
Yeah. So what? That's awesome.
take your time. She said, as soon as the kids are a little older, maybe next year or the year
Yeah.
after.
Yeah. Your kids are approaching the age where you can kind of leave them alone and,
Yeah.
let them
Yeah.
be people.
It's it's weird. There's like a light at the end of the tunnel. My wife and I were sitting here like 2 weeks ago, and I'm like, we're home alone. Now.
Yeah.
Like they're just off doing their thing. How cool is that? I was supposed to. I am teaching a workshop in Virginia in March, and it was scheduled the same week as my daughter's play, and she's the lead in the play. Her first time as the lead.
Mm.
I was like, so I called the director of the school. I'm like, look, I either gotta cancel it or move it. I'm sorry, I can't miss that.
Yeah.
You know, she'll never forgive
Aw,
me. You know, so we moved it. We moved it back like 4 days. So
nice.
hopefully it works
That's
out.
good they could do
Yeah,
that.
yeah, it was good. They were pretty accommodating, thank
Yeah.
God. But and only 2 people had signed up so far because it's still a month out or a month and a half. So hopefully that fills up, and we'll see what happens.
Nice.
You teach workshops anywhere?
Yeah, I've done a couple. Um, it's kind of interesting. Like, I was a potter, then I went to grad school, and somehow, like, I feel like grad school took so damn long.
We're still here. Okay, go ahead. I'm listening.
And then, so I felt like in some ways I sort of was putting that like professional life on pause. Um,
Uh-huh.
but yeah, and then now, so I came to the Clay Studio Missoula like right after I graduated. And so I'm just sort of like getting back into doing those things again.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, I love teaching workshops. They're really, really fun.
Yeah, they are so
Yeah.
fun. I mean, I taught one at Aramont, and I'm going back there next year just because it's. I mean, to me, there's nothing better than hanging out with people and making pots for a week.
Mhm.
Really? Like, okay,
Yeah.
I'd have done it for free.
Yeah.
You know,
And you get to share
I'm
like
doing.
what you love to do, right? And like I'm teaching a open instructed class. So we met yesterday, and
Uh-huh.
we were sort of like going around and talking. Everyone brought a pot to the table to critique and talk about, get some
Yep.
feedback. And it's like,
Yep.
oh my gosh, like I mean, these are my students, so I know what they're up to. But then to meet in that kind of formalized way and talk about it, and they're just I learned so much from that, from what they're doing.
Mhm.
Um,
Yeah,
so it's really cool.
that's very cool. I was saying earlier, your pots they just speak to my style. I really love. I was talking to Sam Chumley. Do you know who Sam
Yeah,
is? Yeah, Sam's a buddy of mine. Actually, he made me this pig. I called him the other day. It was like a snow day here, and I texted him. I said, "Hey man, you want to FaceTime and just
yeah,
chat?" Because I don't know what it is. As a guy, it's hard to like just hey man, you want to talk? Like I don't know why that's
yeah,
weird, but we just sat here and he FaceTimed and I was trimming bowls and we talked for like an hour. I'm like, we should do this more
yeah.
often. So
I always think like guys need an activity to do while they talk.
yeah, golf. Yeah, it's golf. Yeah. um, that's what I do for a living. I've been teaching golf
Yeah,
and for 25 years. And, it's funny. We were talking about like teaching workshops. When I first taught a golf lesson, the guy was so happy. I was like, I would have done that for nothing. You didn't really have to pay me. That was
yeah.
fun.
Oh,
Look at this
that's
pig Sam
sweet.
made for me. It's got a big old hot dog and a grenade on there.
Nice. That's sick.
Isn't that
Yeah,
cool? Isn't that sick? I love it. It's one of my favorite things. But we were talking about his style and my style. We were calling it kind of haphazard or
yeah,
flippant. And I said, I think the word is more gestural,
yeah, yeah.
right? And because I think that's why your pots speak to me so much because I feel like I do the same kind of odd moves, like just hand trimming feet,
Yeah,
that are just I just take this stupid little tool that's not made for what it's supposed to be,
yeah,
and I just gouge it out with my hand, and then boom, it's
yeah,
done. I'm not the kind of guy that kind of just puts it on the wheel and refines it and trims it and just like, to me that's a pretty darn good functioning pot, and it looks cooler because you can see that I just gouged it,
totally.
and I love that you do that. I love that that trimming technique I saw you do on your bowls was really
Yeah,
cool.
that was definitely like a turning point for me, which was cool. Because I mean, the work I went into grad school with was super tight. Um,
Yeah, I noticed
yeah,
that. It's a huge difference.
yeah, and it was
Like pre-COVID.
pre-COVID. Yeah, Mhm.
Yep.
Yeah. I applied to grad school actually pre-COVID, and then got accepted, and then the pandemic hit, and so I was like, shoot, what do I do?
Yeah, yeah.
And
So let's talk about that because I didn't even know your pots. I mean, those were good
yeah,
pots that you were making. They're
yeah.
beautiful, right? Was that celadon and
Hmm.
was it like was that porcelain or just white
Yeah,
stoneware you
it was
used?
like
Or
a cone six porcelain kind of deal. Yeah.
yeah, beautiful work. So what was it that I mean that made the
So,
switch?
I mean, backing way up, when I was like a baby potter, um,
Yeah, I love it. Uh,
my first love was wood firing, and
yeah.
had a wood fire, I had a wood kiln, kind of like a wood fire atmospheric, strong presence in my undergrad, which was at the University of Manitoba. And
Okay. Wow.
anyway, so did that, really loved that. And then after I graduated from my undergrad, I did like a pottery apprenticeship. And this was in rural Ontario, and she was a wood fire potter. And I spent
Oh yeah, I saw her. I saw your studio space on Instagram.
mm,
What was her name? Christy?
her name's Marcelina Salazar.
Oh, where's the different one? There was a picture of your studio space in the window.
Yeah,
You said I'm in the midst of the space. That was a cool
yeah,
space.
yeah. So it was like an old reclaimed barn, and she was making her living off of wood fire pots. She had like a 3 week making cycle, and then we'd fire every like 4 weeks. And
Okay.
so like fairly quick turnaround.
That is for wood
Yeah.
firing. Yep.
And then there is so I fired her kiln, like I was there for maybe 6 months. I fired her kiln 6 or 7 times, maybe eight. And then I also just
Hmm.
fired with a bunch of people locally around there. So like Bruce Cochran, and there's like a women who wood fire group and like whatever.
Cool.
So in my 6 months apprenticeship there, I think I fired 12 wood kilns, which
Wow.
was yeah, kind of
Wow.
crazy.
Yeah,
um,
yeah. That is kind of crazy. I know some people do it once a year.
yeah.
So
And then like from there, I just was chasing atmospheric kilns. So I worked in studios with other people, and um, it's kind of like a traveling studio assistant. So I just go wherever connections were made, and um, so on. And then I landed at this last one, and she had a salt soda kiln on Vancouver Island. And she was like, "You can fire my salt soda kiln, no problem, but I am gonna have to charge you for the propane you use." I was like, "Okay, that's fair."
okay.
I was like, "How much
Uh-huh.
does it cost to fire the kiln?" She's like, "Oh, maybe like $500-600 in propane, because it's not
Each
each
time?
time. Yeah, it's a huge kiln, and also, pro- yeah, exactly. And
Yeah.
propane getting onto Vancouver Island is difficult, and there's all the
Oh yeah,
yeah,
okay.
there's all this more complicated
Wow.
stuff. I was like, oh my gosh, I need to move to electric. Um, So that's kind of what I did. And I did fire a few pieces in her kiln, but I was just, this isn't feasible for me. Um,
Yeah.
so yeah, I moved my work to electric fire, and it was successful, but I didn't feel like the pots were mine really. And that was really why I wanted to go to grad school. I wanted to figure out like, what is my visual language? What is my voice? I've always had
Yeah.
to move around and deal with like what's locally available, or kind of like mold myself to different environments. Um,
Yeah.
so I just wanted to have really selfish time, really like personal time.
Yeah. No, that's awesome. I think more people need to ask themselves those questions. What do these pots mean to me?
Mhm.
Right? So,
And
okay. So you went to grad
yeah,
school.
and then and I thought, so a lot of that work, it has like little red dots that are kind of hidden around the form. So like on the underside of the rim, or underneath the foot, or
Yep.
things like that. And um I was thinking about, so I'm like, as I mentioned, I really love hiking, being outside and stuff, and I do a
Yep.
lot of like berry picking and mushroom picking and stuff like that. And I was like, oh, that's kind of like hiding little red berries around the pot that
Yeah.
make you investigate it
Yeah.
all. So that was sort of the ideas behind that. And then my first critique in grad school, you know, you're
Oh no.
you're making just kind of what you made going into it. and you have,
Yep.
and it's intimidating. You have like all these
Yeah.
professors and all these people, and you want to be like, okay, am I worthy of being here?
Yeah. Yeah.
um but it was great because people here, they don't know you, so they don't know your background, and they're just giving you what they see, like,
Honest
yeah.
feedback. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
and
That's great. Yep.
and I said, well, what are some of the adjectives or things that you all feel in this work? And they said, it feels very cold and industrial. And I was like, huh, okay. That's not really what I was going for, you know.
Not what I was looking for. Yeah.
You know, berries
Okay.
in the
Yeah.
forest and blah 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 and whatever. And I was like, well,
Yep.
yeah, you're giving me, it's this glossy reflective surface, which kind of, and it's porcelain, and so that has sort of this industrial thing.
Yep.
And then the dots and everything, like, you're giving me all the information. You can see it from across the room because all that
Yeah.
stuff is so bright. And
So were you like, oh crap, they're right?
yeah, I mean, I was a little offended. So, what do you mean?
Yeah. Crits are tough, man. Yeah. That's yeah. Okay. Go ahead. We get that a lot. We talk about crits a lot on this
Yeah,
show.
yeah, they're so valuable.
They're tough.
But
They are valuable.
it let me, because you're so, sometimes you're too close to the work, you can't see it, or you're putting your own ideas and values on it, but it's not actually coming through to, the other person. And so,
I really like that saying. You're so close to the work you can't see
yeah,
it. That's interesting.
yeah.
Yep.
So anyway, that kind of set, like, that first critique sort of set me off on this journey of like, okay, what do I want my pots to be? What do I want them to look like? And then it's so basic, but I just started taking pictures, writing, documenting all the things in the world that I would come across that drew me in. Like, what draws me in? What makes me want to step back from it? And what I really found, and it was really like a search for beauty. Like, what do I think is beautiful? Because you can think a flower is beautiful, or I don't know, but
Mm-hmm.
what I really found was beautiful was like the worn wood in my kitchen. I was living in this super funky place, and there was this wood that was really worn between like the kitchen sink and the stove, and it just tracked that
Yeah.
like daily passage of time from the tenants that lived before me, and I was just like, that's beautiful.
Yeah,
Like,
there's history in
there's
that piece of wood.
history.
Yeah, that's cool.
Yeah. And so then I was like, well, how do I imbue that same sense of history, nostalgia, comfort, all of those things into my pots? And that really was like, I have to go back to atmospheric.
Yeah.
Yeah. Um, and then that's where like the layers of slip and the tool marks and just really celebrating process, that all came back in my work.
Yeah, and that explains why I love them all. There's such thought into each piece
Mhm.
that it kind of comes out in each piece.
Yeah. And I just really like to celebrate the handmade, like all of those layers of process, like the finger drips and the slip marks and the tool chattering, and I'm
Yeah,
here for all of
yeah,
it.
yeah.
Yeah.
I was doing a workshop, and I have the butter dish here somewhere, and it was like a quick little 40-minute demo. I don't know what I did with it. In the morning we'll do a quick demo. Let's make a butter dish, and it was the way I work. It was pieces of crap all over the table, slap, slap, slap. Sometimes I'll take this chunk and this chunk and score and slip them together and make that chunk into a handle.
Yeah. Yeah.
Where it's very just slapped together,
Uh-huh.
and oh shoot, where was I going with that? But that's the point. Is like it doesn't matter. I'm like I don't care that this lid is a little
Yeah.
cockeyed. I'm not going to revamp the whole thing. The beauty is in that cockeyed,
Totally. Yep. Yeah.
right?
Yeah. And
I
that's
think.
also like, there's like, grad school allowed me to slow down a little bit too, in some ways, and really look at, like, I remember I left a piece of slab of clay on the wedging table, and it
Yep.
got a little cracked, and then I went and I just slapped it out, and those cracks just opened up and opened up and opened up. And I was like,
Yeah.
whoa, that is so nice.
Yeah.
And then, so then I use some of those, like, I, on my little bud vases and stuff, I'll put like a slab of clay that has that cracked texture on it. And then the slipping pool in
Yep.
there, and it just looks so, it just looks so nice.
I think I wrote that in my notes here, Heather. I think I wrote that those little bud vases with the element
Yeah.
wire to hold them. I love that. And I'm like, did you just take a chunk off the table and slap it onto the
Basically.
back? Like it looks like you just
Yeah.
right? Pure freedom.
Pure freedom.
Like pure freedom in
Yeah.
that. And I just love it. They're so cool. You know, I bought a bunch of the kiln wire like hooks the other
Yeah.
day because I use them when I make little sugar bowls and stuff. I like to use the metal on like small
Yeah.
lids. And I got them in Amazon. and they're so
Oh,
tiny.
yeah, the
I'm like, oh, these
gauges.
are
Yeah.
useless. Yeah. I got to buy a spool of that wire again. I have some. I probably have a spool somewhere, but it's been so long. I don't know
Yeah, I
where
don't
it
know
is.
what gauge I use. I always forget because gauges go backwards, I think. It's hard for my
Yeah, it's like a
yeah,
negative.
hard
Yeah.
for my brain to wrap around that.
I like the size you use though. It's a thick
It's
gauge.
thick, yeah. Yep.
Yeah. Which it should be if it's going to be a handle.
Yeah, exactly.
Right?
Yeah. And I use that same wired tool on my like oil pourers for the lids.
Yep.
So, yeah.
Yep. I was looking at down your line a little bit more this morning as I was trying to just finalize all my talking points, and there was one little jar you made too. And I love it because it's like tilted and like when you put the slab on top for the lid, and you don't refine the edges of the lid. You just thumb them on. Done.
Yeah.
I am here to thank you from all the potters in the world, Heather, because you make it beautiful by just slapping on there, man. That explains why you're so prolific. Like you had a video of your table, and I said, God, wow, that's a lot of pots.
Yeah. Yeah.
Because you're free with it. You think?
I mean, I don't know. I feel I'm a lot slower now. I was trying to think about that. I'm like, probably a really slow production potter, but like a fast academic potter.
We need a T-shirt of that.
Like,
that's funny.
I don't know. I'm kind of between two worlds or something. But I also just like I have a hard time with my work-life balance. I love being in the studio so much, and I love when ideas are just rolling along. And I kind of, maybe I'm a slow learner or something, but I need to make a lot of stuff to feel like my hands are in it and to just make the work at the caliber I want to make it. Yeah.
Yeah. I'm in this weird space right now. You've probably been here where I have like 3 shelves full of stuff that need to be like waxed and glazed and put in a glaze fire, but I just want to make more stuff.
Yeah. I know.
And the shelves are going, stop it. Like,
yeah.
I got to get stuff ready for NCCA too. You going to NCCA?
Yeah, I am. Yeah.
Sweet. It's so fun.
It's going to be a good time. I've never been to Detroit.
Yeah. No, me neither.
Yeah.
How far is that from you?
I don't know. I feel like pretty far.
Like 12 hours? Maybe?
I'm not driving. I'm going to fly.
Oh, okay. Cool.
I think
cool. Are you in any shows there or anything?
I'm going to be in the expo hall a little bit with In Tandem Gallery. But other than that, no, I'll just be hanging out.
I got to write that down. In Tandem. I love In Tandem. They do such a great job.
Oh my gosh, they're so sweet. I feel like they send me emails about, here's what you sold this month, and you just keep going. Like, we believe in you. And I'm like, thank you.
Somebody believes in me. Well, let's talk about that, right? Because that means a lot as a potter or as an artist, where you're just making stuff from your soul, stuff that you enjoy, stuff that makes you happy, and you're putting it out in the world, and you just don't know what's going to happen.
Yeah.
So for someone to say, we love your stuff, it means a lot.
It means a lot to me. Yeah. And like, yeah, it honestly means the world. When I came out of grad school, so I felt like my work was more personal, and I intentionally didn't like, I didn't sell any stuff in grad school. I didn't apply to any shows. I was just like, this is the one time where I can just focus and be in my little bubble and be safe. And the real world, I'll get to later.
Yeah.
But then when I graduated, I didn't really have any feedback on like, I had no idea if people would like this work. Like no clue. No idea. Not that it really mattered, but I was just like, I was starting to apply to shows and sell it and stuff. I was like, oh wow, people are buying it. Like, yay.
Yay!
They appreciate
That's
it. They
funny.
get what I've put into it and what I think about. So that's been really rewarding. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, because there's nothing worse than to me than having a sale and coming home with
Yeah.
everything
Yeah.
and going,
And
"Wow,
that's really,
that was
I mean, I diversify a lot of my income streams. So like I do teaching and workshops, sell in galleries, also do in-person markets and like an online sale every
Mhm.
now and then.
Yeah, I have that written down too. Your setup looks great. It's really what was the word I wrote down? Your setup for shows. It looked really clean.
Mhm.
It all made sense.
Yeah.
You know, sometimes you see those 10 by 10 tents and it's just mayhem. Yours look great. I want you to know
Thank
that.
you.
So how many of those do you do a year? Do you know?
Gosh. So I've just been doing ones that are like either in Missoula or within like a 2-3 hour drive.
Okay. Yep.
I think this last year I did like 6 or 7
Oh
events,
yeah. Okay.
which is pretty decent. Feels,
That's
yeah,
it's a whole other world doing those
it's a whole
shows.
other world. I really like it, honestly. Um,
Yeah.
yeah, it's the one like sending work off to galleries. Besides some of the galleries that are really great at communication, like I don't get that feedback from people. I don't, but doing those shows, I get people that pick up my pots and go like, "Oh wow, this feels really good," or whatever. I get customer interaction, right? Like I
Yeah.
get, and I get
Yep.
to talk to people for like a whole weekend. I did some this summer and I got to like explore different parts of the state of Montana and like camp out and make like a fun trip of it.
Yeah.
So
How great is
yeah,
that?
it makes, you know, sometimes this is a lonely life, like in the studio
Yeah.
by yourself
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
and doing online sales and stuff. Like, I rarely get the feedback of if people were happy with what they got, you know? I don't know.
Yeah. Yeah. You know, I actually got an email back from a lady who bought a mug from me a few weeks ago. I think I read it on a show, one of the shows a month ago, and it was really nice. She wrote back, I really your shipping was good. It was timely. It wasn't too
Yeah.
much, and the cup I got was actually the size you said it was going to
Yeah.
be. Like, you know what I mean? Like it wasn't like, oh, you're going to get this and you get something totally different. So she was like, I'm really pleased with my purchasing
Yeah.
experience through you. So that was nice.
And I've bought just a handful of pots online from potters that I have appreciated their work and seen it lots in person. And
Yeah.
honestly, every time I've been a little disappointed. I've been like, oh, it was just like, oh, I wish I could have tried this
Yeah.
handle on. Or like, oh,
Yeah.
it's
Yeah.
just a
Yeah.
little
Yep.
smaller than I thought. Or like, this glaze looked a little different or something.
Yeah, and as a potter, when you actually purchase another potter's work, which is kind of rare, a lot of times you just swap,
Yeah.
right? You spend 75, $80 on another potter's work and you go, wow, that's a lot smaller of a mug than I thought it was going to
Yeah.
be,
And we
But
put the dimensions
yeah,
and we put how much it holds, but like, you know,
yeah, which is another thing. I don't do that, Heather. I go mug 1, mug 2, mug 3, like, because I'm so tired of doing
yeah.
that. Yeah, they're all about 3.5 inches tall and 3.5 inches wide.
Yeah.
Like,
You're like, what does this mean?
I can't measure everything. I have no time.
Yeah.
Oh, it's hard enough. I mean, I think I wrote that down here somewhere. Also, like how much potters actually do. It's like,
Lots of hats.
it's like it's never
Yeah.
ending. Where is it? Because there was something you did, and I was like, oh look, oh, you know what it was? It was your stamp on your boxes,
Yeah. Right.
like packaging,
Mhm.
merchandising, right? Like self promotion, making cool pots is a tiny, tiny bit of the whole
Yeah.
process,
Totally.
and it's the only part we like.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Oh, funny.
Yeah.
I like your stamp, by the way.
Oh, thanks. My dad made that.
Oh, for
Yeah.
real?
My H.
You know what? I got a lady making a shirt for me for the podcast to bring to Ensika,
Yeah.
and she's a local artist, and I want to keep it local. She's really cool, and I'm letting her do her thing. But I got on like I was sick the last couple of days, so I had tons of time on the couch,
Yeah.
and I was playing around with Chat GTP,
Mm-hmm.
and I put in these parameters, and it kicked out some really cool ideas in like 4 seconds. And I'm like, first of all, this is the worst thing for an
Yeah.
artist. Like, I'm no way going to go to her. Look, hey, I did it on Chat GPT.
Yeah,
I
exactly.
would never. You know what I mean? She'll never talk to me again.
Mhm.
Like, plus, I also want it to be personal and from my friend made
Yeah.
this, right? But here's like a little. Look at this little like. I'm gonna make stickers out of this.
Oh, nice. That's awesome.
Isn't it funny?
That looks great.
And I made it between 2 years, and then this one because everyone knows I wear big stupid glasses.
Nice. That's
So those are going to be T-shirts and stickers.
nice.
And
Yeah, so my
I gotta
dad
show you what
is he's like a computer animator. And
Oh, for real?
graphic designer. I mean, he was a graphic designer when it was like pen and pencil, like designing posters. And then he
Yeah.
like learned to build computers and like whatever.
Oh wow, very cool.
But I remember when I was first getting into pottery, like computers ruled, right? And
Yep.
he was like, "Why are you studying this ancient art? This is going to be totally irrelevant. Computers are the future, blah, blah, blah." And now
True.
he's looking
Yep.
at me like, "You're kind of smart. Look at you go.
Yep.
You make kind of things."
Yep.
And
My dad always said, "Do what you love, and the money will come."
yeah, yeah.
I'm 55 and still broke, so my dad was wrong. Thanks,
Yeah,
Dad.
thanks a lot.
Actually, you know what he said when I was really young? He said, "Michael, you need to get a job like in the post office. Get something that you can retire at 55 years old with a full
Oh,
pension."
yeah.
And I was like 18. I'm like, "You're insane. I am not delivering mail. No way."
Honestly,
Man,
okay.
he was right.
This is my backup career. I think I'd be really good at delivering packages.
I bet you
Driving
would.
around. I think it's like,
Yeah.
I'm like, sometimes I think like, okay, what skills do I have? Because I can make pots, I can package things, I can deliver boxes, I can drive. So yeah, I think that would be
It all adds up, Heather.
sort.
That's it. That's funny. I can drive.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, but he was right. I would be retired and whatever. I'm a big believer in whatever
Yeah.
happens the way it's supposed to happen.
Yeah, totally.
I think the universe is a lot bigger than we think it is. I think this is all some sort of weird simulation, believe it or not.
Oh, do you have the tinfoil hat
Have you
on?
watched that? What's that?
The tinfoil hat?
No. No, but it's funny. That's funny you say that. Have you watched that Age of Disclosure movie on Amazon?
No.
It's all about like the people in the government that really do know what has been going on for 75 years in relation to extraterrestrials.
Oh, God.
And it's really interesting, right? Because what they did, one guy said in 1951, when they say that ship crashed at Roswell, New Mexico, what they did to make people stop asking was they did basically a social media campaign by saying those people are crazy and they should wear tinfoil hats because they're all nuts. There's no such thing. You're a kook.
Yeah.
And they did that so people would stop asking. So I would say check it out. It's pretty mind-blowing.
Yeah, that does sound crazy.
Where are you from originally? Are you Canadian?
Yep. Yeah.
Cool. That's why you're so nice.
Yeah.
Canadians are great. I love Canadians. And they have such better diction than we do.
Yeah.
I think they pronounce their words completely.
Oh, yeah. So when I went to grad school in West Virginia, And the neighboring state, I still practice this. As a Canadian, I would say Maryland because that is how it is spelled.
Yeah, sure. Yeah. Yep.
But it's pronounced, let's see if I get this right, Maryland.
Yes, nailed it. That was great. So I grew up in Long Island, and in Rochester, New York, there's a town called Chili, but it's spelled chili.
Crazy.
I'm like,
Yeah.
that's chili, and they know it's Chili. No, it's not. Not
Yeah.
phonetically.
The Maryland, Maryland, really. It's just,
Maryland.
yeah.
There you go. Maryland. I'm going to call it Maryland for the rest of my life now. It's like the microwave. I call it the microwave just to mess with my kids. We get guys at the golf course all the time because we're about 2.5 hours from the border, I guess. So we get Canadians at our golf course, and they come in. Hey, we're from Canada. I go, oh, welcome to our country.
Yeah. It's important to feel welcomed.
I like Canadians.
Nice.
So where in Canada did you grow up?
So I grew up, and my whole family is still in Winnipeg, which is north of North Dakota. Yeah.
Yeah. Wow.
Yeah.
Is Wayne Gretzky from Winnipeg?
I don't think so.
That explains why you're a skater.
Yeah. Yeah. So yeah, the river freezes over where I'm from, the Red River.
Yeah.
So I used to be able to skate. My grandma had her house was right on the river, so I could skate from like her house to downtown, and
that's too cool.
It's pretty fun.
Wow. That's like a Hallmark movie.
I know. Yeah, it's really sweet. And lots of cross country skiing and doing stuff outside, and yeah.
My wife is a big cross country skier. She loves it. And I'm a downhill skier, so I'm not a fan.
Yeah.
I'm like, why don't they just strap your heels in so you could control the ski? This is ridiculous.
It's so much scarier.
As I fall down, you know?
Yeah, going down the
I told her
hill on cross country skis is always like, more intense.
You know what I do?
What?
You know how I put the poles between my legs and then I pull up like it's like so it drags like a brake?
Are you just in snowplow with your?
Yeah, and going As a skier, I was a ski instructor, and I fall on my face when I'm cross country.
And then if there's a turn, I said to my wife, you're like,
"Oh God, forget it! Right into the trees." Unless you got to do those little what is those little
Yes,
those little kick ones. So last time we were doing it, and we have a place close to us that has trails, and I had fallen down, and I'm like this, and I got snow in my glasses, and I'm like, this is ridiculous. Like they've been doing this for 1,000 years, and they haven't figured out an easier way to do this.
Yeah, I call that.
My wife's like, go wait in the car.
Let's also do some backcountry skiing, and actually every Wednesday there's like a group of us that go up our local mountain snow bowl, but after hours.
Sweet.
And the skin track is just like straight up the mountain. Like it doesn't switch back. You're just like up. And I'm always like, this is that other kind of fun.
Yep. I've heard that called earning your turns. Earn your turns, right? Yeah. I'm like, no, that's why they made a ski lift 100 years ago. I got a buddy from Long Island. He goes to Zermatt every year, and he goes and skis, in Switzerland and Italy. And he says he's a real rich trust fund kid. So he's like, hey, you should come with me next year. Yeah. We're going to do the Haute to Haute Trail. Have you ever heard of that? Mm-hmm. Haute to Haute means hut to hut.
Yeah.
So it's like you ski from whatever, I think it's Switzerland to Italy, but you don't use the lift. So you hike up to the one hut, hike up and then ski down to the hut, and then hike up and then ski down to the hut. And I said, wrong guy.
That sounds great.
It sounds fantastic. If I was in better shape.
They have some similar stuff in Canada. Yeah. Backcountry huts.
Yeah, that's hardcore. Yeah. He does that, hella skiing and stuff.
Yeah, that's sweet.
That's hardcore. I'm like, I don't know if I could do that. He goes, it's easier than you think. He says, once you get way up above the trees, it's just a wide open field. It's just deep snow.
Yeah.
So if your skis were thick enough, you'd ski it all anyway. It doesn't much matter.
Yeah.
Um, so where did you touch clay for the first time? Did you like feel clay in high school, or what drew you to it?
I did not. Which is one of the things I think is so cool about the US is like a lot of you have high school programs. But in Canada that's not
Mm-hmm.
really as much of a thing. Which I always think about because I feel like I'm not a big sports person. I do like hockey. But
You better from Winnipeg, right?
yeah. But I'm
Uh-huh.
like, there are probably so many sports fans because everyone has like touched a football, like kicked a soccer ball. Like we all have this base knowledge of it, and it is fun. But it is cool in the States. A lot of people have touched clay before in some capacity,
Yep.
and so I was getting my BFA. I was actually thinking about being an interior designer.
Okay.
So I was just like, and I didn't want to go to college. Right off the bat, I wanted to take a year off. My parents were really unsupportive of that decision.
I guess.
And they were like, just go to art school for a year, you know? And I was like, and then I was going to go into like interior design school. I had some uncles in Toronto, so I was going to go there.
Okay.
And so I went to art school, and then I really you have to take so many studio credits, and I had to get another studio class in my schedule. And I was not interested in taking ceramics. But it was the only thing that fit in
Yep.
my schedule. So I was like, fine.
That's funny.
But I just, I just saw for the first time a wheel throwing demo. This is like before Instagram, TikTok, video stuff, like this is the first time I had ever seen a wheel thrown on the potter's wheel. I didn't know that was
Really?
and I was watching this demo and just watching, the clay get centered and opened and pulled up the walls. And I was like, this
Mesmerizing.
is magic.
Yep.
And it did not come naturally to me at all. But I don't know. I was just stubborn. I just wanted to figure it out. I just wanted to be able to do that and have control like
I
that.
know the
So,
feeling. I know exactly how you feel.
yeah.
It was the same. I saw it and I'm like, oh God, that looks like
Yeah.
fun.
Like,
And then
I
that was
want
it.
that skill.
Yeah. So what did you do? Art and other mediums?
Yep. I did painting. So I was in a school.
Okay.
I was in a school you actually couldn't major in anything. You had to be interdisciplinary.
Okay.
So, and it was a highly conceptual school. So when I took my first, class, and the wheel was part of it, but then we had to do a bunch of other things. But I really loved wheel throwing, and I as I got more advanced in the school, in my upper years, like I had to have like a thesis show, like an end of year or like last year show, and I could not show pots. That was not going to fly. So I did this sort of like audio immersive installation thing with ceramics. But I was making pots on the side, but I would just like hide them.
Yeah. Oh, look at this. Yeah. This is what I love, but I don't want to show you this.
Yeah. And then
the whole conceptual thing is interesting to me. I went to Alfred, but I went to Alfred for theater. I didn't go for clay. I found clay while I was at Alfred. But I was never I'm not a conceptual guy.
Yeah.
I can make functional stuff. I don't want to glue a gold baby head to the top of my box. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I always say, what's the difference? I always ask people, I say, what's the difference between a potter and a ceramic artist? What would you think? Conceptualism?
I don't know. I mean, there's
You can be
You can be
both, I
both. I
believe.
mean,
Yep.
and I've kind of come around to that in grad school. Like, I went to a grad school that it was accepted to make pots, but you had to have meaning behind them. You know, you had to have concept. So at the
Okay.
end of that
Yeah.
too, I was sort of like, pots have concept. You know, that
Sure.
they have
Yeah.
things to say. um,
Mm-hmm.
Mind you, I don't really love when my pots are on pedestals. I don't feel like
Yeah.
that is the right spot for them. But yeah,
Yep.
I think I don't know, the whole divide between art and craft that we're still talking about. Like, what are we talking about there?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah. I like that you said I don't like my pots when they're on pedestals. There was a guy named Matt Long. I think he actually, where was he from? Actually, I thought he was from West Virginia, maybe. I
Yeah, Ole Miss.
20 years ago when I was watching YouTube learning how to throw, I saw one of his videos and he said, "I want someone to use my coffee mug and then throw it on the floor of the pickup
Oh
truck."
yeah.
You know what I mean? He's like, "It's a mug." Like, use it. It's
Yeah,
okay.
I mean, I
You know?
don't know if I would do that with Matt Long's pots.
No, I don't think so either.
But
No.
I do have some mugs that live in like the wheel well of, or not the wheel, the floor of my pickup truck. Um,
Yeah.
but
Isn't that interesting how you pick and choose which ones out of your collection that you're going to use kind of regularly and ones you're going to leave on the shelf?
yeah, I mean, a lot of it comes down to design. So like one of the mugs that it does live in my pickup truck usually, and it's on the floor a lot, is sorry.
And whose pot is it?
It's
Yeah.
Simon Levin. But
Oh, yeah,
it's a
perfect.
chunky
Yeah.
mug. Like it kind of looks like it's been like rolled around in the riverbed for a while anyway, and everything
I
is
love it.
smooth. Like this lip is smooth, the handle is smooth and chunky, and it can withstand that. Like I feel it's meant for that.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's fantastic. That's nice to hear. Um, I was when I was at Aramont, Bill Wilkie.
Yeah.
Do you know Bill? I think Bill lives up there,
Yeah,
doesn't he?
he's in Helena. Yeah.
Yeah. I got one of his mugs, and I said to him, I said, I have a collection of mugs. I said, but this is going to be one that I
Yeah.
use. And he was like, "Oh, I don't know if I'm offended by that or not."
Yeah.
I'm like, no, that's a good thing. I love that I can sit and have coffee with this mug because it's so cool looking and so functional at the same time. I appreciate it
Yeah.
so much that I'm going to
I
use
do
it.
use all of my mugs. And all my I don't have like a reserved these are the pots I don't use. I don't have one that.
Yeah. Ooh.
Actually, I do have one. It's one that I like. Do you know? Oh shoot, I'm gonna blank on his name right now. It'll come back to me, and Roberto Lugo.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah.
So
Yep.
we did like a studio tour of his in grad school, and he was
Sweet.
like, "I'm gonna give away this cup. Everyone go around and pick a number between like 1 and 100." And I got
No
the
way.
closest number, so he was like, "Here you go."
Wow.
And
That's like an $800
yeah,
mug,
it's
isn't
like
it?
it's probably like worth, and it has Julio
So,
on it.
yeah.
Um,
Oh, no way. I love it.
yeah, and so I don't use
That's
that
super
one.
cool. I had a guy on the show the other day, and we were talking about mug pricing and how that happens. And a lot of times you're buying more like a pot from that person than just the pot. You're buying, you know what I
Yeah.
mean? And I said to him, I said, "What are your mugs? $120?" And he goes, "My mugs start at $225, and they go 450 to 600." And I said,
Damn. Yeah.
"Wow." I thought that only happened after you died.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, yeah, I'd think twice about using something like that.
Yeah, look at this one. This was Sam Briegel,
Ah, shoot.
and look at.
Yeah. Love to
Uh,
death.
I had it on my shelf, and my stepson was throwing the ball around, and I was like, no. I was like, I'm not mad. I'm upset.
Yeah. Yeah, there's some that really
Oh,
hurt.
yeah.
But
Sam was cool.
you can always get another one.
That's very true. I
Yeah.
can. So, congratulations on the emerging artist thing. By the way, was that this year? Was that
2025.
last year?
So I guess last year now.
It was about
Yeah.
last year. Cool.
Yeah. I think the deadline for that is coming up though, so for any interested parties, get on it.
I think I applied to it once, and I think I've been making pots too long.
Yeah.
I think they want it for people that have like only 10 years or something like
I
that.
think
But
that the fun thing is when you go to school, I think you get to emerge again.
well, it's funny. I said to what's her name, Jen Harnetti. She works at Ceramics Monthly, and I said, well, technically, I only make pots 6 months a
Oh
year.
yeah.
You know what I mean? So technically, I've been doing it for like 8 years.
Yeah, there you go.
So you use soda fire now,
Yep.
right?
Yeah.
Very cool. And let's talk about that slip you have. I freaking love it. Is that a flashing slip, or is it just a what? Tell me about your slip.
It's a slip. So it goes on Mother Hard. And I do a couple different layers. So I kind of like go around and I dip them all in a white slip first. And then often I have some kind of like dividing line. Oh, I've got a pot here. This is a white on white though. But so I dip it all in white slip. And then I've got this line here. And this will get a second dip. And then I've got like 3 different colors. So my white, it can get like, it can actually sometimes blush pink or
I love the pink.
Or look really white, depending on where it is in the kiln. And then I've got like a salmon pink color. And then a yellow slip that has titanium in it. So it also changes color depending on where it is in the kiln. And the atmosphere and everything.
Is that a porcelain slip or a white stoneware, or how do you make it?
It has like, it's pretty basic, but its clays are EPK and OM4. Okay. So, and the recipes are not a huge secret. They were published in Ceramics Monthly a couple, I don't know, a little while ago.
My Terra Sige, I make it with Sagar clay, so it's a little bit thicker.
Yeah.
I call it a Terra Slidge.
Yeah.
I kind of love it. It's fun. I've been kind of getting away with it. I've been doing these floral pots people are loving lately. I don't know. To me, it's like a 6th grader.
Yeah. Do you know Caitlin Brennan's work? She's a Canadian potter. Kind of reminds me of her pots a little bit. Yeah. Playful.
I do hand built, coil built. I don't smooth all the coils on the inside either. That does not concern me, right? Glaze will fill
I like that knob.
Yeah, that was like what we just talked about. It was 2 chunks of clay that I just glued together, and then I make them on these. I make these bases, these butts.
Cool.
Matter of fact, I just made a new one because I'm not a big trimmer. Like I was talking about, I trim with this tool. Like, I want to talk about your tools too. So yeah, this is another one.
Yeah, sweet.
Thank you. So I just made a big one here. Let's see. So I used to make these out of plaster. I learned it from Richard Airney and Mark Arnold.
Yeah.
And I hate plaster. My friend Sean at Alfred, he goes, Mike, it's just a 2-to-1 ratio. It's really easy. I go, just stop saying that. Like, I hate plaster people. Just do the mountain method. And that's not that simple. So I made this big one. So I just throw the coil in the bowl. You know what I mean? Like I do that with the end of a paint brush.
Okay, yeah.
And I do that on purpose because I want it to be sort of rounded on the foot. So it's not flat.
Yeah.
So then this, I'll put a coil in there, and then I'll put a slab in it, and then I can hand build off of this, and I can just go anywhere I want.
That's very smart.
And then I don't have to flip it over and try to trim it on a chuck. You know what I mean? And it's going woo 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 woo. It's just done.
I've been getting into bisque molds lately too. I love bisque molds. They're so beautiful.
They're so strong.
Yeah.
Like this is one of my mug butts, right? I do that for mugs on the bottom. So So then the foot is done, and it's
Yeah.
you know,
And it does
yeah,
wick away a lot of moisture, like similar to the properties of plaster, you know?
it absolutely does. And I don't know about you, but I'm like an impatient
Hmm.
potter. Like I want to take this and go pop it off and stand it up.
Yeah.
So if this is bisque, it dries this what I call the bottom shoulder,
Hmm.
the lower shoulder, which is the part that fails so
Yeah.
much, as it
Yeah.
falls. So if that's 2/3 dry, I pop it out and stand it up, and then I can
Hmm.
build on it. But this is my look at this thing. Oh, I can scratch my name in it with my fingernail. That's how good I am at
Yeah.
plaster. And this thing's 10 years old. Not supposed to do
Hmm.
that. Oh, that's
And I
funny.
mean, there's
So
also
anyway,
like, there's so much, because plaster depends on also if it's like an older bag or like whatever. It has different properties, so it's kind of, it is a tricky material. It's tough. Yeah.
yeah, I mean, I'm somewhat envious of it. Like I watch people slip cast, and I go, oh, I want to do that.
Hmm.
But then at the same time, I go, I'm so glad I'm not doing that because I would be slip casting
Yeah.
everything. You know what I mean? Like, oh, I can do one of my shoe. Right? Like this thing. I found this in an old desk the other day. It's like a
Oh,
isn't that
that's really
cool?
nice.
It's like an exclamation
Oh,
point
yeah.
or the letter
Sweet.
I. But it like slides in and out of a drawer, and I think it's supposed to be for a men's like you put your watch in your
Oh,
cufflinks.
yeah.
So I just squeezed some clay down into it, made a bisque mold out of
Yeah.
that. And now I can make the reverse, and I'm going to make some boxes out of this. I think
Oh,
so. Then
cool.
it's and I'm going to put a lid on
Yeah.
it.
I mean, the first thing I thought was snacks, but I love snacks.
Yes, pistachios. Yes. Oh, that's too funny. So what else? What else are you doing today? What do you got going on up there? You said the weather's nice.
Honestly, it's just a studio day. Don't have any teaching, and then probably do my night skiing thing. Yeah.
Very
Yeah.
cool. We got snowed in the other day. Like we got a foot of snow, and it was to me it was just an excuse to just stay in here all day long and make
Yeah.
stuff.
Nice.
Yeah. Tell me about your spouts. I love your spouts, and I want to see your spout flattened out. Is that a slab?
Hmm. Um, I might. They're templates. Yeah, it's just a slab, and it kind of just looks like this.
That's all we need.
And
It's that, folks. Just make that, and you'll have lots of
and
slabs.
then I just fold. So I um fold it around like a wooden stick that has a taper
Hmm.
to it, and I do pull them just a little bit. I feel like
Hmm.
that gives it a little bit more like movement. And then
Hmm.
I cut some darts out. So I'll cut a dart out for it to go like
Yeah. Yeah.
um
Yeah.
and then in the bottom there's a couple of darts that make it like fit on the form. So,
Yeah. Yeah. I saw that they kind of folded the
yeah.
corners in on the bottom. Yep.
Yeah.
No, they're super effective. I'm a big fan of easy spouts.
Yeah.
I have I have one, two, three, a whole bunch of teapots up there that are what I call door stops now.
Hmm.
Like, it's a cool teapot and it just doesn't pour well.
Yeah.
So I'm like I'm just gonna keep it as a thing. But yeah, spouts are
They are
tricky.
tricky. I mean, when I it's a design too that I can extend it and make a longer spout really easily. And so when I make spouts for things, I make them all different sizes and then kind of pick and choose. Um,
Hmm.
because I don't want things to be like exactly the same. So you think about having like a base template that you can work off of and alter and change in
Yeah,
certain ways. So
yeah.
yeah.
Somebody told me to do that once too. Annie Schliffer here up at the Rochester Folk Art Guild. She said, if you're going to make teapots, make like 5 or 6 at a time.
Mhm.
So do 5 bodies, 5 lids, and 5 spouts and 5 handles, and then piece of
Yeah.
plate. I was like, oh, that's kind of more fun because then you're like, oh, this one looks good with that one. Yeah, I'm going to do that.
Yeah.
And that's a good way to do it. teapots in general are tricky. I think teapots are like butter dishes. Butter dishes are really hard to make without making them like,
Mhm.
2 foot by 2 foot,
Yeah, and the thing, so there's East Coast and West Coast butter. I don't know if you knew this. They
We're going to talk about
use
this.
different butter molds depending on where you live.
Like round?
Yeah, so like I forget which one. And somewhere I made like a cardboard template of a stick of butter that's both the East Coast. I think East Coast is shorter and wider, and West Coast is longer and skinnier. And I made a
Okay.
cardboard template out of like a stick of butter and also included my shrinkage. So it's like it looks huge. But when I'm
Yeah.
making a butter dish, I try to make sure that cardboard thing can fit in there as a template because
Yeah, yeah. I made one for a friend last year, and he called it a butter lunchbox
yeah,
because and you don't want it taking up your whole countertop.
yeah, but then you know,
Made this one for my buddy Andy. This one's going in.
nice
He wanted it
butter.
to say butter on it. Yeah. I said to him, I texted him, I said, does it have to say butter on it, or is that just inferred? And he said, can it say
No,
butter? I said, sure. So this is
that,
just
that looks
I make them
sweet.
as
That looks
boxes.
really nice.
I make them as boxes, so they just have a
Yeah,
lip. And what I like about the lip is that the butter sits in here, and then it stays on the inside of the lip and doesn't get out here.
totally. Yeah,
You know what I mean? It doesn't get, and it's not too big.
yeah,
I think with shrinkage, it should fit. It's not ridiculous.
yeah. I've made
You know.
some where I didn't think about it, and I put like the flange on the top, and then it like squished in the butter, like if the butter was off, and I was like, "Oh,
Yeah. Whoops.
this is research
Yeah.
and development."
Yeah. Well, exactly.
Mhm.
Speaking of research, I love your super long dishes.
Yeah,
Those are
thank you.
cool. Yeah, I like what you said on your Instagram. You're like the failure rate of these is high, right?
Hmm.
Warpage and cracking and
Warpage, cracking, and then also like I now have I think 10 firings on this soda kiln. So we're getting to know each other pretty good, but when I make longer forms like that, like I built them out so the bottom ring just fits on a 24-inch shelf, and then the top is a little bit wider because it can come out and overhang.
gotcha.
But
Uh-huh.
sometimes that form can block off soda or it has to be in the right spot. So that's like a whole
Oh
other
yeah, yeah, yeah.
relationship with the kiln figuring out what forms and what pots can go well where. Yeah.
That's that's pretty interesting. Yeah, block the firewall from coming up.
Hmm.
But um, do you put like alumina under those long feet to like, kind of let it slide as it fires,
Well, that could be.
I see you're a professional watter. I noticed that.
Yeah,
Like,
they are wadded. Yeah, they have
okay,
a lot of little
cool.
wads that go around. Um,
Yeah.
and they don't. Honestly, if I am careful with how I flip them and stuff when I'm making them, they won't warp. But if I am doing something crazy, that and oh, so with forms like that, I
Mm-hmm.
do not slip them at leather hard because then they will warp. So I bisque them,
Mm-hmm.
and I use my same
Mm-hmm.
slip. So this is maybe a little tip. um, I don't like reformulate a slip for bisque. I just dunk my piece in a bucket of water. So it's sort of leather hard. It's hydrated, and then I pour slip over top of that, and that just works just fine.
On
Hmm.
bisque. Oh
Yeah,
yeah, that's genius.
yeah. So
Darn, let me write that down. I had this one the other day that I didn't like. I just kind of was messing around. I'm like, let me just put some slip on it, and
yeah.
I got a nice little crack right down the
Oh.
middle of it. I come down. I'm like, you idiot. Like you ever know something's gonna happen, but you do it
Yeah.
anyway. Like those 31 bowls I did the other day. Like I put them out, and then I hand trimmed them all. They were all over the table, and got a head cold and had to go lay down for a couple of
Yeah.
days. And I came down. I was like, oh no, like 10 of them are cracked
Oh.
on the bottom.
Yeah.
Because I put in like a garage heater up in the corner of my
Yeah.
studio, and it's just blowing hot air across the room.
Yeah.
And I think
So are you in like a garage studio or?
So this is actually, if we look over to the other side over here, this is my wife's studio over that
Oh,
way.
cool.
Yep, she's got a big wood studio over there, and in the other room, she has a frame shop.
Oh,
And here, look at this piece she made this morning here, Heather. I'll show you. This is for a local. There it
oh,
is.
beautiful. That's
Yeah,
really
cool. She
cool.
does these. She sells them all over the
Oh,
Adirondacks. So that is going to go up a whole wall at a new restaurant here in town.
sweet.
So this space, my studio 5-6 years ago was in this little cabin in the back of our yard, kind of up the hill, which was really cute and cool. It was like 10 by 12 or whatever.
Mhm.
But it required, if I wanted to do something here, I had to move everything over
Yeah.
there, you know what I mean, to make space to do more. And then, if you come home with 15 boxes of clay and it's up the
Yeah.
hill, those boxes are 50 pounds a piece. So that got old
Yeah.
fast. Yeah. So now we moved down into here. This was a boat building studio from the guy who used to own this house.
Oh,
He was the shop
oh,
teacher.
sweet.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
really cool that your wife is also a creative person.
She is pretty freaking
Yeah.
cool. Yeah. She just bought a space downtown. Well, didn't buy it. She's renting it from the church. It's between the two churches. And I really want to have eventually like a creative arts center here in town with like 10 wheels and a bunch of shelves and 2 kilns and just have people do classes and stuff and just spread the pottery love.
Yeah.
But it's tough, it's tough to find a space, and then you got to get a $100,000 loan
Mhm.
and buy a bunch, it's like,
Yeah.
it's either commit or don't. It's not something you can do
Yeah.
halfway.
Yeah. That's awesome.
But it's funny. The building she got between the two churches, I went and looked at last summer because I know the guy from the church. He plays in our men's league.
Hmm.
And I said, I'd be interested in buying that. So I looked at it, and it was cheap. It was $130,000.
Oh, yeah.
So that's a pretty good deal. I can rent out these 2 rooms, and that'll pay for half the mortgage. And I was like, I don't know, that's a lot. And I have a career that I'd have to kind of stop. And so I was like, maybe not. So she went back a few months later with a friend of hers and they said, well, we'll rent it to you.
Cool.
And they said, but the church is not allowed to make money.
Hmm.
So we'll rent it to you for the taxes. It'll be like $1,000 a
Oh,
year.
wow.
I was like, wait, what? I'm like, you didn't give me that option when I would, what
Yeah.
I mean? I would have got it for $1,000 a year.
That's so
That's
cool.
less than a storage unit.
Yeah. Yeah, I was just gonna say, I think I pay about $1,000 for my storage unit a year.
Yeah, right? And this is like a house. You can store a lot of stuff in
Yeah.
it. So I'm excited for her. She's going to move half of her frame studio down there and accept customers. It's
Yeah.
cool.
Cool.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
So we were talking about your long dishes. I make mini long ones. I did a big long. I only have a 23-inch kiln, so I can go 23 wide. But I like to make what I call dishes to pass.
Hmm.
Like I want someone to bring this to a party full of scalloped potatoes.
Yeah.
And it to be on the table with all the other food, and people go, oh, that's one of Mike's pots. That's cool.
Mhm.
When I make those dishes, I call them asparagus dishes, but your asparagus would have to be really big asparagus. Where are you growing your asparagus? All right, we're at our time here, I think, Miss Heather. It's been a pleasure.
Sweet.
We're at tip time. You got to give us one good tip.
Sorry, I've just got some. I don't know if you can hear background noise or not. Okay,
No?
it's all good. My tip. So this is actually going to come from my students. I have them fill out a survey, and some of them are repeat students, and some of them are new to me. And it's a survey about like their skill level or how many ceramic classes they've taken or whatever. And then I said, what do you think is your strong suit in ceramics? And over half the class wrote perseverance. I thought that was so sweet. And I think that if you want to be in clay, that's really what it takes, is just persevering through all of it. And yeah, so that's my tip. Just stick with it.
Yeah, so that's really funny. That's if you ever get a chance to listen to some more of the podcast. This is like I think I did 28 shows last year, and I'm on my almost 30 this season. So it's kind of crazy. I'm having fun, but a common theme is like hang in there,
Yeah.
right? A lot of people go, you are going to make crappy
Hmm.
pots for the first 5 years until you start learning how to get better with clay, with the
Yeah.
medium. And it's kind of like anything. The more you do it, like the more you play guitar, the better you're going to get
Yeah.
at it. So
Yeah.
I think, like you said, people get discouraged and they make big, heavy, ugly, lunky pots, and that's okay.
Hmm. Another one of my
Keep making them.
favorite quotes is "Life is long." Like like, okay, I'm in my 30s now, but then I think about, wow, people who are, you're 55, so you're almost 60, sorry, but
Yeah,
the
yeah,
people that are in their 60s,
yeah.
right? And I think about, in my 30 plus years, I had to learn to walk, talk. I went through school. I rode a bike. I did this thing. I've been doing ceramics for over a decade now, but I get to do that all again. And maybe even again if I
Right.
live to be 90. Like, that's kind of
90.
crazy.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Um,
Yeah.
so I don't know, just some perspective there.
I think about that a lot as I get a little bit older. I start thinking, 80 years old, that's a pretty good run. And I go, gosh, that's only 25 years. But then I think of who I was 25 years ago. I go,
Yeah,
wow, that's a long
a
time.
long time. Yeah.
It looks short on paper, but that's a lot of time,
Yeah.
you know. But cool. All right. Well, before we go, tell our viewers out there where they can find your pots, like websites, galleries, anybody carrying Heather Lepp stuff where we can buy some mugs.
Yeah. So my Instagram is Heather Lepp. There's a Heather Lepp Ceramics. If you all could go on there and just like block that account or report
Ah,
it.
okay. I will. Absolutely. Yep.
Um, and there was, yeah, it has like 2 posts on it, and that's not me. Um,
Okay. I'll block it.
awesome, thank you. Um, I've tried to get Instagram to get rid of it, and they won't. Um,
Yeah.
my website is heatherleppceramics.com. And
Mm-hmm.
galleries, Red Lodge Clay Center, in Tandem, Highland. I have there's like a hot chocolate mug show at
Oh
Charlie
yeah, Charlie
Cummings.
Cummings.
I'm in that one.
Mm-hmm.
I think it might even open
Ooh, I'm
today
gonna
or
have to go look at
something,
that.
or maybe yesterday. Anyway, um, Good Earth Pottery. I'm gonna have a solo show there
Oh, that's in like
in a little bit.
Seattle.
It's in Bellingham.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yep.
I try to
Cool.
update
So you're
my
busy.
website and stuff about where people can get stuff, and then I have some things locally, in Montana too. So yeah,
Cool. And we'll see you at Ensika as well. You'll be at In Tandem Gallery. I'll walk over and say hi.
yeah, please do. Awesome. Well, maybe we'll
Yeah,
connect in
very
person
cool.
there.
Heck yeah! Just high five as we go by. I keep filling stuff up. Careful what you wish for.
Yeah.
I got to do a demo. I'm doing a demo for Bailey's on Wednesday, a demo for Speedball on Thursday, and I might be doing another demo on Friday. So it's like,
Yeah.
but it's great because I'm excited to be a part of it all, but I also love to walk around and talk to people. So
Totally.
I'm kind of, it'll be fun
Yeah.
either way. I'm
I'm
excited.
also gonna be at the Clay Studio Missoula booth, so
Oh,
people
sweet.
can find me there sometimes if you want to come by and chit chat. Yeah.
I will do that. I'm gonna do the podcast from Speedball's booth. I'm gonna do like a live from Ensika, and then I think what I'm gonna do is get like a selfie stick and just carry this around and just interview random
Hmm.
people,
That's fun.
and then just do like an Ensika show or something. Yeah, it's gonna be a
Nice.
blast.
Awesome.
Having fun. But I will see you there. I appreciate your time. Love your pots. You're the
Yeah,
best.
you bet. Thanks so much for having me on.
Bye, Heather. Thank
Bye.
you. Bye.